Kia ora, ko Stephanie tuku ingoa, haere mai. Hi, my name is Stephanie, welcome to Adaptive Go. We're here at Oakuni and it's bucketing down and it's really windy. Our backyard's a lake and we were kind of hoping to go skiing, but we knew that we needed a setup day for the sit ski. We're not quite sure what's happening with my disease, but I'm certainly not as strong in my arms as I used to be, and I've lost a little bit of balance. So it's a golden opportunity to try out the dual ski for the first time. So today we're in setup mode. We've got the ski at the ski shop and they're fitting my binding onto my other new skis, so I'll be able to have two skis. So today what we're also going to do is look at the sag and the sit ski. We're going to do that first, and then we are going to change the suspension arms. So let's go to it and do the setup. So to measure the sag, the first thing you have to do is measure the distance of the seat to something. It can be anywhere, some fixed point, and measure that first without sitting in it, and then measure the difference when you sit in it. So what we've done is we've measured from this point of the sit ski here to this bolt here. They're both two fixed points. And so now we're going to find out the sag size once I'm sitting in it. So it's a little bit unstable. I'd normally be doing this with my ski on, but anyway, we got there. Okay, so here we are in the sit ski, and now we're going to measure the sag size. Hopefully it's not too much sag. It's like finding out how fat I am. So turns out I'm a little saggy. We have a sag of about 50 millimeters, and the recommendation is 40. So we'll check in with Tessier and see whether that's okay. We figure a little bit of sag is alright, but you know, maybe it's better to dial it in bang on. So how we found the sag size difference is without me in it, it was a difference. It was 160, and then with me in it was 110. So 160 minus 110, 50. Yeah. So to do the setup for the switch to the dual ski, you need to have the suspension arms, which are these, in the minimum position. So you can see that there's 3 holes here, and you've got to bring them forward into the smallest position. Now this smallest position is quite interesting. What it does is when all the suspension kicks in, it just pushes you straight down. So it loads the skis right in the middle, and when you're skiing dual ski, that's what you need to have. Now when you ski mono ski, you've got a range of choices about how you ski and where you want the suspension, whether you want it to push straight down or whether you want it to push slightly forward onto the ski. Now when you're skiing lots of carving, then you'd put it in the highest position, because you want your weight more forward so you can do all the carving turns. I ski mostly skidded turns, but I also quite like to carve, so it comes factory set in the middle, and that's what we've always skied it on. But as we've been exploring more about suspension, you would have seen some of my earlier vids on that, and I'll put a link in. We're sort of starting to understand that maybe we should have been playing with this stuff a lot earlier on. And my reason for saying that is I often, when I'm doing skidded turns or flat ski, I often skid out and lose the back, and that's because the weight of the suspension is coming forward rather than straight down onto the ski, which is where you need it to really sort of complete that skidded turn. So if we go back to monoskiing, I'm keen to try it set up in this more minimal position where the weight's coming straight down, because I think that's more my skiing style, is those sort of skidded turns. So this is how we're moving it forward for the dual ski. So interestingly, what Tessier advise in their manual is when you adjust the suspension arms, it's meant to make you sit a little higher, and they say that you might need to adjust your outriggers and make them a little longer by a notch or two. So we have measured the amount of sag, and I'm sitting 2 millimeters lower after having adjusted the suspension arms. So I guess we are going to see what it's like when we actually ski it and make some decisions around what adjustments we do, and I guess also we'll get in touch with Tessier and see as well what they recommend around sag. So I guess just sitting here, the other kind of different feeling that it has created by adjusting the suspension arms is I feel like my bum is lower and that I'm kind of sitting back a little bit more. Yeah, I don't know. I guess we just have to ski it, but it kind of feels okay. So now that I've gotten out of the sit ski, we've rechecked the distance to measure the sag, and it's now set up for a sag of about 42 mils, so that's well within the recommended sort of range, I suppose, of 40 millimeters. So yeah, it's quite interesting. I'm almost tempted to, if we can get up the slopes tomorrow, to just do a couple of runs monoski, just to see what a difference it's made by adjusting the suspension arms and just sort of changing this arrangement, and what a difference it makes with the skidded turns. And of course, like what I really need to do is start trialing the dual ski and skiing that. So I'd love to do a couple of runs on the dual ski and see how that goes. But honestly, the weather here, it's really windy and it's just bucketing down, and they're hoping for lots of snow tomorrow, which is really good because we're a bit light on snow. Over here at Happy Valley, it's a really cold day. We found out that the chair is not running. Look at that, it's dead still. But we're here anyway, giving it a go. We've put the double boot on the sit ski. So all we had to do was change these 2 bolts over. So we're going to give it a whirl and see how it goes. done one run and it was a bit of a but I put my outriggers up now, they feel much more comfortable. We're finally getting a little bit of snow up here and the chairlift's up and running, so yeah, making progress. Hopefully the next run will be better. Not just the dual ski, but if I sit back more and lean back more, I purposely didn't tighten my seat so that I could sort of steer it a bit more from my butt, and yeah, it was much easier to control, and I felt like I had much better centre of gravity. So yeah, looking forward to the next run and maybe smoothing things out a bit more.
If you don't get killed in the meantime.
Yeah, dodging. Using less energy. I don't know, I think I still prefer the mono though, but you know, for today and my sore arms and stuff, it's working really well. So anyway, that's us at Happy Valley. See you next time. Make sure you subscribe so you can follow my adventures as I do more sin skiing. Yay!